Yo, everyone, it's Noel. If anyone knows me or like my viewers have been watching me or watching my edits for long enough, everyone knows I'm a pretty big Bulldog fan, especially when it comes to the manga. Not even just the anime. If you've only watched the anime, you probably won't get what I'm about to talk about. But I was thinking, I want to do a blog topic for this video. And I was thinking, instead of doing like a who is the better player type of video, I'm planning on doing this video, which one is the better goal. Now, who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about is, if you read the title, Nagi's 5-stage revolver volley goal versus and being compared to Kaiser's superstar goal. Both of these goals are like astonishing in their own ways, and today we're probably just going to discuss which one is better and which one's the better goal. Now, I just want to go into introduce these characters a bit more. First, we're going to go into Kaiser. Kaiser is, his nickname, the God's Chosen Emperor. It's a pretty cool nickname, I can't even lie. Kaiser is one of the Next Gen 11. He plays forward and plays for Bastard Munchen. He is Isagi's current rival, I'd say, current strongest rival. And currently, he's kind of cooking in the manga, right? That's all I'm going to talk about him for now. Everybody should know him. If you're watching the video, you've read the manga already. Now going into Nagi, the lazy genius. Also, just pretty much a prodigy, a character that's really non-caring, but he's very good at soccer regardless. And he's probably one of, if not the best forwards still going into NEL Egoist League. Right now he's on a little bit of fraud watch, but we're not going to talk about that. Now let's just go into a bit more into Kaiser's goal first, right? So Kaiser's goal, if anybody's read the manga, right? Kaiser's goal originally started with him having to restart back to zero, right? Because he was getting outplayed, and he was getting beat by Isagi, and he needed a new way to beat Isagi, right? So he creates a new weapon called Kaiser Impact Magnus, which instead of his normal fast Kaiser Impact, it's a curve shot. It's a really high risk curve shot, right? So at the start of the PXG game, which is the game that they're currently in right now, Kaiser can't score with this new weapon, right? He cannot score with this new weapon. It is unusable, and he makes an insane miss, which kind of puts him on fraud watch because he's getting outplayed by his rival right now, his team, Isagi, the main character. And they give us a bit of insight on his backstory and how he was abused and treated wrongly by his father and abandoned by his mother. And he goes on to say how his backstory goes on to further explain why he is the way he is now and why he acts so high and mighty. And it all does make sense at the end of the day why he is the person he is. Now, going into his awakening, he forgets about everything that he is, all the achievements, all the rewards, and focuses on himself in that moment and resets everything to zero. If everybody knows Kaiser, we all know Kaiser is a very cocky asshole, right? So he resets himself from zero, which allows him to pass to the other players on his team, which gives him more Kaiser's goal for now. Now let's go into Nagi's goal. Nagi scored this goal in the Bastard Munching game. Before this goal, he wasn't truly doing much, if I'm not mistaken. Him and Rio had now just partnered back together, and they were destroying Bastard Munching's entire lineup. Badly. Trading passes back and forth, exchanging passes back and forth, beating every defender that came in front of them. And eventually, Nagi's challenge at this point, or his only goal that's been through since second selection, if I can remember, is to beat Isagi. Not beat him in a game, I guess, but beat him one-on-one. It's implied it's just beat him one-on-one. So Nagi finally gets his one-on-one with Isagi, and Rio passes him the ball. And Nagi seemed like he's gonna go for his, two-stage revolver that he pulled against Ren in the second selection. And due to this, Isagi's about to, head the ball out, but Nagi feints again. He doesn't go for a shot, he feints again. And then Kaiser comes in, and he feints again. Now, mind you, this is not physically possible. It's not supposed to be physically possible. But Nagi's trapping skills are so out of this world, and his ball control is out of this world, that he can just do it. So Nagi keeps jumping in the air, keeps feinting the ball. He does 5 feints in total on two Metavision users. And he still scores the goal while he's falling down to the ground. He scores the goal while he's falling down to the ground. On 2 Metavision users and on Gagamaru, which is, you could say, somewhat of one of the best goalkeepers we've seen, or the best goalkeeper we've seen so far. Now, Nagi's goal is considered, from the anime's standpoint, the best goal ever. It's superhuman. It can't be reproduced, or only Nagi can reproduce it. People were tweeting on whatever the website was in the manga and saying like Nagi's the best player in the world. It's superhuman. It's not it's impossible to recreate, or it's impossible for somebody else to do that goal. But the impact that it has on Nagi isn't the same impact it has on Kaiser. Kaiser's goal impacted him in a really good way for his reset and awakening. Nagi's goal, on the other hand, stunted his growth and boosted, or when he completed his goal, it made him empty. His ego was going completely. And then let's go now that I'm done with that, let's go now into which goal was harder in terms of skill, which I don't think that's truly hard to really come to the conclusion that Nagi's goal was harder in skill. 5 feints, and he still made the shot against 2 Metavision users. Kaiser's goal was very impressive. The curve shot, the setup, the setup. He still beat he beat Renan Charles to the ball and scored it by luck, mind you. This is luck, by luck, mind you. And although that goal was impressive, the only reason why I'm saying Nagi's goal is more skillful is because it was very impossible to do. Like, the goal, nobody could have predicted it. The goal was very impossible, and nobody could have stopped it. And it even goes on to be like, okay, can Nagi even reproduce this goal? Ego even puts in the question, can Nagi even reproduce this goal? Which he probably can't. But the 5-stage revolver is said to be impossible, or the best goal in the series. Now, in terms of skill, I think that the 5-stage revolver is completely harder. I really do. Due to the fact that it involves 5 feints, and they need to be done very precisely, and he still needs to score regardless on that. And then Kaiser Impact Magnus is just like, a curve shot. Unfortunately, I'd have to give that to Nagi, who goes in the skill, right? Now, even though Nagi's goal is more skillful, it still wouldn't overall make it better than Kaiser's goal. Just in a way, it wouldn't make it better than Kaiser's goal, because Kaiser's goal, from a different standpoint, is more emotional and more impactful impacted the game more, and it impacted his surrounding and just the field in an entirely different way that Nagi's goal did, right? And it still goes on to say that, like, in the long run, Nagi's goal really did just hurt him, right? And why I think Kaiser's goal was more special is because it affected him in such a great way, and it put him into a different player. And it built him up from the bottom. He built up from the bottom, and he tried his hardest to get that goal. And he went out of his setting to team up with players that he's never talked to before, and gave them a chance. And even though Kaiser's goal had more depth to it with his emotion, his background, and his character, I will say it still doesn't amount to Nagi's goal for the following reasons: that his goal was seen to be superhuman, and it was the best goal ever. And that means that, and the viewers are saying, the viewers of the goal, or viewers of whoever's watching the Eagles League, they've seen other goals, and they're just like, oh, this guy's number one. He's the best player in the world. This is the best goal ever. And I think overall, if we're just talking about whose goal had more depth and emotion and build up, it would easily go to Kaiser. Easily, undoubtedly. But we're talking about which one was better and more of an amazing feat. And I feel like that is shown to be the 5 feints and a perfect finish. The 5 feints and a perfect finish was just more the most amazing feat, I think, that's been showcased from a striker in the manga. One of the best are the best. And for Nagi, even for Nagi, which creates impossible goals, this seemed like the most impossible thing that's ever been done in the manga. So I feel like in terms of the goal itself, I feel like Nagi still has the best goal in the series in terms of how amazing and impossible the goal is. But if we're talking about the depth, emotion, build up, and the impact that Kaiser's goal had, I'd have to give it to Kaiser. Both goals are amazing, but I just feel like Nagi's goal is the more impossible and amazing goal, so I think that would make it better. But again, it depends on the standpoint you look at it from, and really depends on how you just look at it. It really just depends how you look at it. But in my opinion, it's Nagi's goal. I think a lot of people think Kaiser's goal was better due to the fact that it has impact and it changes the entire game, which I can't blame you for saying that. I genuinely think that y'all, whoever's opinion that is, you are definitely correct. Both sides are definitely correct and can be argued for. I definitely can't wait to see what they do with Nagi and to see his comeback, and I can't wait to see if Kaiser can score the next goal in the game he's in. That's really all I had to say. My bad, I'm still messing up a little bit on the commentary stuff. Y'all know I'm still just getting used to it. It's a work in progress, but y'all gonna really like the journey. Yeah, that's really all I had to say. I'll see you on the next one. Next one gonna be a banger, I'm not gonna lie. But talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like if you haven't, and if you are a new viewer, trust the process.